Man, I don't even know how to start this video, bro. Long story. Let's just not get into it. I want to talk about this new Non-Vicious album. All right, so as all y'all know, the people who watch underground videos or listen to underground music, Non-Vicious just recently dropped what you could call his, I don't know if it's his debut album. Let's just call it that. Debut album, Emotions. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of underwhelmed. Now, let me explain that. I enjoyed the album. I'm not gonna lie. I probably got like 5 songs, you know. A lot of the songs on there isn't a lot of songs where it's like, nah, this complete trash. Except for that one, what's it called? With the Casey Hill feature. I ain't gonna lie, I'm good off of that. No, I kind of think that this kind of proves where the underground is at this moment. What type of music we're catering to, or even with just substance, having any type of real lyrics within your music, it doesn't really hold the same weight anymore, at least in the underground scene, really in rap in general. There were multiple times on the album and songs where he would kind of repeat the same chorus over and over, and or just saying things and putting them together because they rhyme. Like, you can tell he's kind of in the studio just, I don't know, you can tell he's punching in one take and he's not really thinking about the lyrics. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, when you think about lyrics, that's when you start messing up or start, you know what I'm saying, like the music becomes worse. But there's a difference. There's layers to not talking about anything, if you get what I'm saying. Like, we all know Yeet don't talk about nothing. We all know Ken don't talk about nothing. We all know majority of people in the underground, majority of the rappers in the underground don't talk about anything. There's really no substance within the music. But you know, every once in a while you get a few deep cuts where they kind of let you in on some personal stuff, or maybe a line or two, and then it's right back to sex, money, drugs, you know, the big 4, big 3 of, you know, what rap has become in this day and age. But I don't know if I want to say that this album proves that like aesthetic matters more in the underground, because you can't just say that with just one piece of body of work. But I would think that this adds to the viewpoint of someone who would say that the music is lacking in every other area, you know, or like people aren't even focused on being a real artist anymore. It's more of gimmicks and what can I say to get people talking, or, you know, stuff like that. Nowadays, people are listening for beat selection, for one, how you're rapping on the track, your cadence, your flow. Like, the flow matters more than everything nowadays. And I'm not against that, bro. Most of the best music from the underground has came from literally just crazy flows, gang. People are also looking for aura within your music, or like how you look. They want to see a good image, which is another reason why people don't like Slayer, which I want to make a whole separate video on that, man. Y'all just gotta give me time. It's become more about ad-libs. You know, we can credit like that towards what Future and Young Thug really turning ad-libs into really what they were, or making them as prominent as they are in our new underground scene. It has also kind of turned to a thing, or who can say the most controversial stuff within their music. Like, there's a bunch of lyrics for the lines like, I'm finna turn to a Jew. I've been on the phone with Jews, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's made Jewish people, like his profile picture on IG, like, what is that, Freemason tattoo, like on his chest. Like, he got the Star David chain, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's really doing the most for this image. And it kind of makes you question, like, why? But that's a whole separate video within itself. I don't think the underground fans don't really care if a song is objectively good anymore, because music is subjective. So, I mean, like, objectively good is kind of like a weird way to put it, but if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. All about the feel of the song. Like, damn, like, this song feels crazy. Like, you know, it's hard. Like, you could argue that a lot of rappers are making music for TikTok edits and shows and stuff, which is fine. That's totally fine. Like, there's a bunch of songs on Nine's album. There's a bunch of songs on Ken's album. Everybody makes songs for shows, right? But there's a difference between making a song for a show and then making a song for like TikTok edits and stuff like that, and not really putting real art and trying to make real music, if you get what I'm saying. The mix is also fire or terrible depending on who you ask, which is kind of crazy, because it's like, bro, I mean, we are in the underground scene. If we really want to talk about, if you're an underground fan, you really want to talk about mixing, we can talk about this last UI Scuddy Boys project that Teezus and Diamond put out, which was it was alright. I mean, I feel like Diamond did his thing. Teezus is you know, like, I'm not fully on board with Teezus, bro, but I don't think the mix is bad at all. It's actually a pretty solid mix. I mean, you could tell, like, Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nine has never switched up. Like, the same preset that he been using on FL since way back in before Studio Attic and all that. Like, it's all the same. He's not really changing anything about that. Another thing I want to talk about is, we have a problem in the underground about like cloning, and we got people like, I'm not even gonna say the names. I'm not gonna say, but we have people cloning. We got people making the same sounding music. Whereas we're in the preset era. Everybody has a preset. Everybody using the same preset. Everybody rapping on the same type beats. Like, we're in a very weird point in the underground. Everybody's doing a dark aesthetic. Everybody's kind of getting in with that sell your soul, Masonic imagery, demonic imagery kind of lane. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of corny. And if we're talking about this album and bringing a unique sound, is Non-Vicious unique? Yes. Is there anybody else that sounds like him or he's copying? I mean, you could say early Studio Attic days and before Studio Attic, it was very heavy on Lil Key inspiration, that whole old YSL 2018, 2019, like that whole era. As for now, and his music that he's been making recently, I don't think that he's cloning it. It's not clone music anymore. I think this is genuinely, you know what I'm saying, his sound and what he wants to put out. You can tell now. He hopped in a different bag. Once he started getting on the screaming stuff, like with the Double D snippet, if y'all know what I'm talking about, that was kind of opened up, like a new lane for bro. Make that mosh turn up, lit at the shows music. I also want to talk a little bit about snippet culture. Okay, so you know how Nine dropped Before Emotions and it had a bunch of grails on it, like a bunch of straight snippeted songs, because Nine loves snippeting songs, which kind of makes you get to the point where once we get to the album, it's like, dang, are we getting new songs? Are we getting snippets? But it kind of builds up a community within the music though, and within your fan base, because it's like, oh damn, we all waiting on this one song. Everybody waiting on this song to be on the album. Is this song on the album? This song on the album? It's good, but it's also bad, bro. I think snippet culture is good to a certain extent. I feel like an artist needs to put out a body of work and just stand on it. Like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm putting out. If you're not with it, then, you know what I'm saying, goodbye. Because the anticipation builds up, right? And then all of these songs that were snippeted over and over and over, they drop. Then you got people on Twitter, oh, this don't sound like the snippet. This ain't hitting the same. This is blah. This is blah, blah. Now you got a whole different mob. I want bro to go back to his old sound. I miss when Nine was doing this. Like, and Nine has done a pretty good job at feeding both sides. Like, he still loves the Ahmed production, still gonna work with Pat, Bella, all them. Like, he's still gonna work with those guys, but he's also splitting it up. Another thing I really want to see is if this album is gonna stand the test of time. What are we, like a month in? Let me check. As of 4 days ago, we're a month in, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I still play some of them. Not as much as I did when I first heard the album, obviously, because I'm playing all the tracks, trying to get my feel, trying to figure out what I want to add to my playlist. But as of right now, I was bumping Amazing before it like actually dropped, so I guess we can count that. I'm bumping Pose in the Night. That's a banger. Trayvon, also a banger. I like Clock It. My Whole Heart, banger. Electric Feel, banger. I'm not gonna lie, but that Blowing Emotions beat, bro, I feel like he could have did so much better. I feel like he could have did so much better, / maybe that beat could have gone to somebody else. Cause I feel like he don't really care about like adding in real lyrics. Like, maybe there might be a few real lines, bro, but he doesn't really care about that, bro. And I touched on that earlier, so I digress. But as for his producers and all their sound and the sound that they're creating with the whole FN group, amazing. Like, we got FN, we got OA, we got just some really good producer groups and really good artist groups that are just going up right now in the underground. I'm not gonna lie, back when I was doing this YouTube stuff like full time, I didn't feel that, bro. I feel like it was dead, bro. It wasn't the same. But yeah, man, I don't think that we should be snippeting every song for the album. Even though a lot of these weren't snippets, I don't really know because I'm not tapped in with every Nine snippet, but some of these snippets did end up being on the album, of course. But I think that the more artists should take the approach of, okay, I'm gonna work on my craft and I'm just gonna drop it. I mean, I think Yeat kind of did that with the newer album, even though it wasn't good. But I think more artists need to be taking that approach. Let's just make some good music and let's drop it. Let's not really post 15 snippets, you know, even with the new Skywater stuff, I saw he posted all them snippets. That's cool. You can post snippets, preview stuff to your fans. That's perfectly fine. But you also want to keep a healthy balance. You don't want all your snippet songs to be on the album. You know, you don't want to snippet all your best work that you think, even though everybody else might think, this ain't the best song on the album. You know, you kind of just gotta, you gotta weigh it right, bro. And I think more artists in the underground need to just be standing on their work, standing behind it, which a lot of them do. You know, you get your occasional, y'all don't want this, y'all want the old sound, whatever. You know, lock in, make good music, snippet a few songs, bro. You don't need to snippet the whole album. Drop, surprise people with new sounds that they ain't never heard from you, and give people a different feeling. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had that feeling with the new Playboi Max album. I don't know if I want to make a video on that, but I kind of got that feeling with the new Playboi Max album. I don't know, every time Max drops an album, like Five Forever, and then he dropped what's it called, Crash Dummy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Five Forever surprised me. I was like, dang, he can make this music. And then when he just dropped Crash Dummy, I'm like, dang, he can make this music. Like, y'all know me, man, I get sidetracked, start going down tangents, a whole different conversations. But yeah, what this means for the underground though, I think that the underground, well, this album doesn't really change anything for the underground. I don't think it influences anything for the underground. I think it was just a good body of work for Nine to put out, and for him to stand on, and for his fans to like and really turn up at the shows. You know, I kind of want to see what kind of lane with his next album. I forgot what it's called. It might be, I think it's like Live Fast or something, Live Life Fast or something. With his next album, I kind of want to see him dive into a more, like, getting a deeper bag. Like, let's add a little substance to the lyrics. We can take time with the music. He did take his time with this album, but it didn't feel like he took his time. Like, it wasn't something that, like, okay, dang, nah, he's really painting a picture for me. I mean, except for a few lyrics and a few songs, like in Trayvon, that was probably his deepest cut of a song that we've had in a minute. And I'm not even a real, like, you know, but I'm just saying, gang. You know, I think this album is one of the things that proves that aesthetic and image and who people think you are takes you way further than your music ever will. Let me know what y'all think about the album. Let me know y'all favorite song down in the comments below. Hey, I just picked up this Kagurabaki. I don't know how you say it. I just picked this up. I've read the first volume yesterday. It's a banger. I'm on the second volume. Tune in. I'll let y'all know. Maybe I'll let y'all know next video how I'm feeling about it. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'm out. Peace.